So are you in your eighth sem, eighth or seventh?
No, I'm in my seventh sem right now and just planning to be placed. And yeah,
So are
let's see how it
you
goes.
going for campus? I mean, are you appearing for campus placement?
Brother, there is no campus placement in our college.
Same goes for me.
So I need to work either in open source or in startup or something like
So have
that.
you applied to Equinox?
No.
It's some trainee kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a Golang trainee program, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't apply for it, but
You must
I
apply
saw.
because I saw a guy who don't have much experience, don't have like
Uh-huh.
he doesn't post frequently. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't have the amount of skills you have, and he's placed as a Golang trainee. So you must try.
So it's a training program or it's a placement kind of
No,
thing.
no, it's
What
a
is
full-time placement. Just your role will be starting as a trainee.
okay?
Yeah.
I'll take a look at that. Thank you so much for that.
Are you also looking for internships?
Yeah, I'm open for anything right now, like anything related to cloud and DevOps and Golang and Java. I'll be doing it.
During my LFX, I got an internship for like he was the vice president of JP Morgan and he had started his own company. So
Okay.
I was selected for that, but the task was very hefty and it was very hard to complete, so I didn't join it. Like I cleared the interview, started with the onboarding
And what
process.
what was the role about? Like why?
It was something around writing the Python scripts and like working on Kubernetes through Python and Golang. And the tasks were very hefty. Like he gave me 24 hours of time and he
Mm-hmm.
told me to design a program which was like in LFX, I took 2 weeks to do the same amount of task.
Yeah, LFX is like a
Yeah.
little really good and smooth to work with. Like their mentors and everything, the whole timeline is so smooth that you can easily manage like different things and with that
You know what?
program.
My LFX term was for 4 months. Like
Okay.
it was extended by 1 month due to the hardware availability issue.
Can you again introduce yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Sachin Jha, a DevOps and cloud native enthusiast. I
Mm-hmm.
started my journey in cloud and DevOps knowing about the cloud technologies from a friend who was working as an intern at some firm. So
Mm-hmm.
he guided me about cloud and DevOps and how it is booming currently and how their various remote jobs exist for freshers as well as for experienced professionals. And also it provides us real experiences like if we design a JavaScript code, we don't get to see our progress.
Right.
But if I talk about developing in in context of DevOps, so let's
Mm-hmm.
say we are designing a CI/CD pipeline. We can check
Mm-hmm.
our various testing. We can integrate various tools, and it's more practical for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that led me to start my cloud and DevOps journey.
That's really cool. What about the LFX? How you heard about it?
I heard about LFX from various social platforms like LinkedIn. I saw some post that he's working for LFX and he got various in-depth experiences about the technology. That's when I got to know about LFX and I applied to two or three terms and got selected in the
Mm-hmm.
June one.
Yeah, I myself heard the LFX thing from my brother itself. Like he was selected three terms earlier than me, and since that time, I like for that like for 3 years or something, I was contributing to Czech Style. Do you heard it?
No, I didn't heard it.
It's a Java-based plugin. So basically, what it does is that it checks for the styles for the code that you written in Java. It's a plugin type of thing. So I contributed to that open source project for GSOC thing. But for 3 straight years, I was not selected in GSOC for that same organization. And then I heard about the LFX from him that he got selected. And I applied for 2 terms again, as you said. I also applied for the last term of 2024 and then the first term of 2025. And then the second term of 2025, I got selected for the Kyberno project. So yeah, that was how I knew about it.
You know what?
Can you explain about the
Yeah, there's an
yeah,
interesting
go ahead.
story. Like for the previous three terms I applied, I didn't knew there's a stipend
Mhm.
associated with LFX. When I got selected, I got a mail that you are getting stipend. So I thought that they
Yeah.
are charging me to do this internship. And then I got to know I'll get the stipend.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Uh, yeah, can you explain about the project that you worked on and the biggest and toughest bug or challenges that you faced during your project and how you cracked it finally?
So my project was Cube Edge, which extends the
Mm-hmm.
Kubernetes capabilities to Edge. Let's take an example like there are control plane node and worker node in Kubernetes. So in the Edge infra, there exists a cloud core and edge core. The cloud core is the central thing which controls all the edge devices. And
Mm-hmm.
we can connect and we can manage the edge devices through that. Also, it has various other features like it is very convenient with the AI workloads. As let's say that some edge device lost the connection with the central monitor, so it can process the workloads locally. That's a great feature of Cubase. And the challenges I faced, the moment I got into LFX, I faced the hardware availability issue. So in my project, I had to work on RK3588 chip, which is a edge device, and I had to make this device compatible with Docker, Kubernetes, and various other CNCF technologies. So I faced the hardware
Mm-hmm.
availability issue, and for that reason, my LFX term is shifted from 3 months to 4 months. Yeah.
So, like, how you finally cracked it? Like, you
I
you like
talked to
what
the
actual
project
approach?
managers. I talked to the
Uh-huh.
project managers and also requested my mentor to provide me the hardware, and they were very supportive. So
So they sent you the hardware, the actual
yeah,
hardware,
yeah.
and then
They
you
sent
then
me
you
the
worked with
actual
it.
hardware and then I worked upon it.
So what that chip was doing, like, this is really interesting. Like, What was the work of that chip?
So I had to run the AI NPU workload on that device by using the Cubase infra. Like I did set up a cloud core on VM, which was AWS VM, and I connected it to my, like I installed Edge Core on the RK3588 and connected them and then ran the various AI NPU workloads. Yeah.
Hmm, that's really cool, man. The actual feeling of this mentorship is something that you have got. Like I just I just written the test cases and written the documentation. Although I worked on some features as well for the policies like the deleting policy and generating policy. But this is something next level shit that you have done. So it must be a great experience for
Yeah,
you
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Also, I contributed to various repo of Qubits, and I'm actively contributing to it.
Even after the mentorship.
Yeah,
And that's the whole point, man, of open source programs. Like these programs actually support people to, attract them towards the open source repos and things. But people take, people abuse it and just do it for these type and purpose and things like that. And there's this post from Muhammad Kamal. Do you know
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
him?
yeah.
So there's this post from Muhammad Kamal, and he said that I'm not going to really participate in any next open source programs like these because I have understood the actual meaning of contributing to open source. So it's all about giving back to the community and not doing it for the stipend. Like a lot of people still approach me on LinkedIn and says that I want to take part in this. How can I start with Qerno? So I always say them that don't start contributing to Kubernetes just because you want to get selected in LFX mentorship, but start with it because you want to work with policies and you want to, enhance the security perspective of Kubernetes and things. So yeah, that's the really great thing that I learned during this mentorship program. Cool. Let's go with the second question. I have written it because I have
Yeah.
some uh, to show. Yeah. What was the memorable interaction or advice that your mentor gave you that stuck with you? Like for me, let me give my thing first. So I think in the middle of the mentorship program, my mentor Charles Edward, whom I see as a great engineer because he has 20 years of experience and he justifies it. The way he like really makes you comfortable and yeah, like he's good. So what he said one day that he might be seeing that I'm struggling with the issue that I work on. So he really just said at the end of the meeting that anyone can solve any issue. It's just that how much time you put into that issue and you're going to be you're going to solve it. So yeah, that this was the something that stuck with me that anyone can solve any issue and even I can do that. So what about you? What was some advice that stuck with you or interaction that you felt that yeah, this is going to be with me for life and things?
So, like, realistically, I don't remember any advice, but I just reached out to my mentor, even for the minor issues. Yeah, he suggested me to ask even the basic questions,
Mhm.
and he helped me with that. So he motivated me to ask even the most minute questions I have. That's what stuck with me.
Any new experience that you had or something? or anything like one thing was that you had to work with the hardware, so it must be a new experience for you.
Yeah.
Have you worked on hardware like related to software before?
No, I haven't used hardware in my entire life, I can say. This was the
Hmm.
first time I worked on an actual hardware. I had worked on simulations of Raspberry Pi in one of my projects, but
Hmm.
this was something different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Cool. There's this third question. Okay, so it's kind of a funny question. If your LFX mentorship was a movie title, what would it be and why?
I, I,
You must not have expected these type of question, but as I said, I want to keep it really raw and like a little bit on the fun side so that people can watch it.
yeah. So I will say it from
It takes.
under, yeah, from being nervous to confident, I would say. Like the
So,
moment I got LFX, I wasn't sure that I'll be able to make even the single contribution, cause
mhm,
this was the hardware project.
yeah.
And I haven't worked with hardware in my entire life, and this was the first time working with that. Also, I had worked upon Docker and Kubernetes, but the QH infra and the AI workloads and the NPU workloads were totally different from what I learned. Yeah. So I was
So,
very nervous, and at the end of the LFX term, I am confident that if I dedicate time, I can master anything.
so it can be what movie title it can be.
Huh.
Um, Leave it anyway. Okay. So you talked about the project that you worked on. How do you think your project contribute to the community? Like your project that you worked on, not Cubedge, but the actual project that you worked on. How do you think that contribute to the Cubedge community and the open source community in general?
So if I talk about the AI, which is the future, and
Mhm.
the edge devices are integrated with various technologies, like it is integrated with the deeping track. You know the deeping track, which is a blockchain kind of thing. We have to take various photos and share knowledge, and for that we get reward in our blockchain wallet. So
I
that's a
have, I
deeping
have,
track.
go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
So Edge wasn't compatible with, I, I would say the AI wasn't compatible and convenient with the Edge devices very much. And
Mhm.
my project, which is the AI NPU workload on RK3588, also the
Mhm.
RK3588 is most widely used chip. So making it compatible with the AI and NPU workload will allow users to implement or to use the chip in production environment. That's what I will say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's cool. I will like research about this Cube Edge project. I haven't seen any work of them, like how they are contributing to the cloud native space and Kubernetes itself. But as much as you are explaining, it seems like although I
Like
didn't understand anything.
some of the
But
feature of Cubase I'll be sharing with you. The first one is if
yeah.
the central monitor connection breaks with the edge devices, what will happen is
Mm-hmm.
the information will get lost. So it can run its processing locally, and when
Mm-hmm.
the connection is established again, it can transfer the information to the central monitor. That's a feature of a distributed system than a centralized system. And
Mm-hmm.
edge is the future, I would say. Various WASM integrations are made with the edge computing. And yeah,
And you had a talk on WASM, right?
yeah.
That's cool. Cool. These were the questions that I had in my question list. Any question that you have for me?
So I'm really passionate about the keyword no. The moment I
Mm-hmm.
explored it, I thought
Mm-hmm.
let me contribute to it, and I started contributing to it, but then I got busy with my college and the internship I was working at before LFX.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not able to contribute. So can you like give me an overview of how can I contribute to Kiverno?
See, Kivarno is basically a policy engine that does nothing but adds an extra. I mean, it does a lot, but it adds an extra layer of security to your Kubernetes cluster. And the only thing that it gives, it works as an admission webhook. Do you know
Controller,
about it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it works as admission webhook that when request comes to the API server of the Kubernetes, it goes through that admission webhook, and there's a lot of work ongoing like validating admission webhook. So what it does is that it validates your request, whether the request can go to whether request can go and hit the endpoint that it want to or not. And also then there is this mutation webhook that works in some way, in such a way that if some request is going to your API server, then maybe some mutation can happen to your request or something like that. So Kyverno works in that manner, and it has features like you can write the configuration in your own language, like YAML. There are other tools like OPA, which allows the same thing, but you have to learn extra language for that. When you want to configure something in OPA, you have to write extra configuration. But for Kyverno, you need YAML, simple YAML. As you configure the Kubernetes itself, you can configure the same way Kyverno as well. And the features that it has is that first of all, it provides you the native configuration that you can write YAML files. And the second thing is that it has a lot of policies inbuilt, like mutating policies and generating policies and deleting policies, which works in different ways. Like deleting policies, delete the resources which are of no use, right? Generating policies can generate some resources automatically if that condition happens or if this condition happens. So it's a conditional based things. And with these new policies that I worked on during my LFX mentorship, it was basically the decoupling of all those rules. Like previously what they were using were the two type of policies, like cluster policy and a normal policy. Normal policy was the namespaced policy, so it was scoped to the namespace, and cluster policy was whole cluster wide thing. And these policies had some rules like mutate rules and generate rules and delete rules and things like that. And what they did this time is that they decoupled all those rules and made a new separate policies like generating policy and mutating policy and deleting policy. And what these policies provides you is the CEL expression support, that you can write CEL expressions and write a better and flexible expressions so that it can give you better flexibility during writing the conditionals and things. So it enhances the security and it's a policy engine, so you can do a lot with that. And about your question that you want to contribute, right? You want to
Yeah,
contribute to the Kyberno. So you can start with the good first issues, as you know, that you can start with the good first issues. You can refer to the documentation, and you can pick one single policy that you want to work on and go through the code base, understand the controllers that it work with and the engine that it has, because every other policy, like for example, we have in Kyverno four controllers, like background controller, cleanup controller, report controller, and one more controller is there. So all those controller combines and gives you a final working. And then there is this configuration code, that how you would configure the different policies, like generating policies. So you have CRDs for that, and then as you know, controllers are needed for running any CRD like
yeah.
things. So that's how written the controller as well. And then there's this engine that every policy work with, ki if some request comes to it, and how the expected policy will work in expected manner. So for that purpose, we have engine code written, and else test cases were there, and chainsaw tests are there, integration tests are there. So you can go through the code base yourself. You can refer to the documentation that it has really a good documentation, very structured documentation that I felt. And yeah, it provides you good knowledge about it. Also, it has a playground that you can make use of if you
I was
want to
about to say
know.
this.
Yeah,
That's a
if you want
playground.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, if you want to see how a policy works, then you can go to the playground and write the configuration for that policy and see that whether it works in expected manner or not. And then you can also you join the Slack channel where you can
I have joined it.
yeah. So you
And
can
you
connect
were
with
the
different.
first person to guide me when I just joined the Kiverno community. So when I started with to learn Kiverno and
Mhm,
join the various community channels, so I wrote on Slack that I am a beginner or I am starting out with Kiverno and can someone help me with how can I start out with this? So you were
mhm,
the first person who guided me in the Slack community that you may start with good first issues and these are the documentations you can refer. And yeah,
mhm. I don't actually remember, but yeah. I think that time I was not selected for
yeah,
LFX.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I think
So,
that happened 6 months ago.
hmm,
Yeah.
that's really cool. What are your plan up further? Like, how are you planning now?
So I am currently exploring the various cloud native technologies and deep
Mm-hmm.
diving into concepts of cloud and how it integrates with cloud native system and is implemented in production. Also, I'm planning to explore the Kubernetes security part. As I said, the moment I started learning Kyverno or starting out with Kyverno, that really fascinated me. So I also learned various other security things in Kubernetes like supply chain security and similar stuff, which really fascinated me. So yeah, I would learn the security part very well for now.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm also planning for those certifications like CKA and CKAD and CKS. And then after that, I'll go with the AWS certifications and we'll make some projects. And let's see how it goes. These
Yeah,
are my plans. For now, I think I should stop the open source contribution because I'll be able to contribute better if I have little experience. And yeah, that's my plan.
yeah. You know what?
Cool.
Ma- like the key thing which made me learn about CNCF technologies are the
Mm-hmm.
meetups like AWS user group and CNCF that allowed me to connect with various working professionals who were really working in the production, and that allowed
Mm-hmm.
me to gain some of the invaluable insights which were really beneficial for me. Like it was happening monthly, and whenever I was attending those meetups, I was getting the power charge for 1 month, I could say.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
Do
really
you really
I
attend?
feel that it's
Do you also attend meetups?
yeah, I attended this Cubicon, the first Cubicon that happened in Delhi, and it was really a great experience for me because I met all the creators that I watches videos of, like Abhishek Viramala and Kunal Kushwaha and different other. There was lot like Arsh Goel and things. So I
Do you
met them.
refer
I
Tayyam Patak?
Sayyam Pathak. Yeah, I met him, but I didn't went and like approached him and
You
had
must check his
conversation.
content.
But
Like he's a G, I can say.
yeah, it
Like,
was good.
yeah,
But yeah, I didn't approach him. But I made a lot of friends. One of my friend that I made there, Anish Best. Do you know him?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he was not, he was only CKA certified that time, like at the Cubicon time, but he was like manifesting things that I want to be Cubestonaut and I want to come here in the next Cubicon as a
He's at
team, not an.
Equinox, right?
No, he's at Cloud Raft.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, like,
So we, hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You are correct.
So he's straight out of Nepal, and then he was manifesting at that time that, brother, I want to do this and that and this and that, and he is really on that track. So it's really good to see. So yeah, that was it from my side, man. If you really want to share anything extra that you feel can give something to the community, go ahead. This is the time.
I would suggest to attend the various community meetups that allows you to gain some invaluable insights which you won't
Mm-hmm.
gain by watching a video. Like the in-person networking
Makes
is
sense.
completely different, I would say.
True.
Yeah.
100% agree. Cool. Best of luck, Sachin. Anything you want me to work on, or anything, any help that you want, or if I want, I can approach you, you can approach me. That's the community is all about.
Yeah, Jha
And thank
recognizes
you so
Jha.
much. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Jha recognizes. Yeah. And yeah, thank you so much once again.